Okay, I look absolutely crazy right now because it is 5:30 in the morning. I have insomnia a lot sometimes, and I woke up this morning and I just can't go back to bed. But anyways, I'm just making this quick little video because it's just gotten to the point that for me it's ridiculous. There are very few channels that I follow that are not already monetized by ads, and in addition to these people putting ads in their videos, they're also asking for donations and they want you to become a Patreon, blah 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 blah. And you know what? That's how churches work too. I don't belong to a mainstream church anymore. I go more so to small churches of family friends that are hosted in people's homes. And they don't charge for it. They don't pass a tithe plate or anything like that. And I myself have never, ever. You can defend it all you want. You can twist and turn your verses however you want to twist and turn them. Yes, the church is supposed to be self-sufficient, but I don't believe anywhere that it calls for us to donate 10% of our income. I don't know where that came from. And to further prove my opinion that I don't think tithing is scriptural, and I definitely don't think you losers on YouTube need to be monetizing off of trying to spread salvation. The reason I believe that is that Christ came down to earth and bought our salvation. He paid for our sins. So who are you to monetize that when it was given to us for free? I truly think at this point, there's a lot of channels that I do follow on YouTube who are monetized, and everybody's like, oh, they gotta pay the bills just like everybody else, blah, blah, blah. Jesus was a carpenter and he was spreading his message. You know what I'm saying? Like, the small church groups that I attend that are out of people's homes, these people have day jobs. They're not asking me for money for my salvation. That is wrong. I feel that that's wrong. You can't justify it to me, especially when there's other channels on YouTube who are spreading what they believe to be the truth, what knowledge they've come across, and they don't have ads in their videos. Maybe they do, but it's just a couple. They're not asking for Patreon donations or for you to come over to their website and become a subscriber where you pay a monthly fee. To a certain extent, I can understand needing a little bit of money because I know for a fact that creating content and editing videos is extremely time consuming. I used to date a photographer, videographer who did stuff like that for weddings. I know it's extremely time consuming to put your videos together, but if you're relying on this as your source of income, literally you're monetizing people's souls for your source of income. I think that you need to reevaluate what you're in this for. And I don't think you should be here on YouTube taking people's money. You're no different than these people, these late night televangelists that I used to watch when I was a child, trying to sell people holy water and oils and stuff like that. It's bunk. It's not real. It's an idol at that point. I don't have all the answers. What do you say, like, to a certain extent, like, ignorant in many things because I'm still, like, a baby Christian. Like, I feel like I have a lot to learn, but I see this as simply wrong. I don't see how anybody can validate it. From the few verses that I can find, I just don't see how this is validated, and so that's my stance on it. That's how I feel. I feel it's wrong. I'm probably going to unsubscribe from these channels that are so heavily monetized. You have so many ads. One person in particular, I don't even care because I've commented on his videos. I'm seriously reconsidering what this person is really in it for, is Josh Peck. I found him because of Chalk Talk. I enjoy it. Think it's very informational. But his channel by far, has the most ads I have ever seen. Like, if you watch like a 15-minute video from him, you're going to be hit with at least 10 ads. And then on top of all of that, he's getting revenue for that. Then he'll end his little videos, like his interviews and stuff, with, if you want the rest of this interview, you got to come on over to my page and subscribe to this. And so that is what has sparked this entire, me making this video. I'm a freaking nobody. I'm sure that nobody will see this. I'm actually making this to direct people when I comment and they reply to my comment. I'm going to be like, go to my page, watch the video, because it's just too much to type out. Darn, I forgot my point. But, yeah, I just don't see where Jesus was out here charging people with leprosy, charging them a fee. All the knowledge of the Father that he had, he wasn't hosting seminars in the synagogue, charging people at the door, or passing a tithe plate. We seem to forget that actually he was pretty ticked off. Jesus was pretty mad to find that merchants were selling things in the temple, which in my opinion would be modern day passing a tithe plate. He was ticked. He was flipping over tables and stuff. Like, I don't know. I just think that what the modern day church is, and by modern day church, I don't just necessarily mean your established church in your city. I mean all of us who come together where one or more are gathered. That's it. I don't think that we should be charging people to spread what we know is true. I don't understand that mind frame. Whenever I get the opportunity to tell somebody what I know, and most of the time I'm really uncomfortable, because to tell somebody like, hey, like case in point, in real life, I have multiple jobs, and one of those jobs is working security at our local racetrack. And, I make friends with my coworkers. I have many different coworkers who do different things, like vendors, track officials, whatever. And I had made friends with a girl last year who was telling me about, like, angel cards or whatever. They're like a supposed angelic, godly version of tarot cards. And she's telling me she's never felt closer to God. And I was uncomfortable, but I had to tell her what I thought about that. I was like, I think this is very spiritually dangerous. What would I look like? It's just never crossed my mind. It's just never been like, yeah, I know what she's doing is wrong, but unless she's going to pay me $2, I'm not going to tell her. Like, it's just never crossed my mind. Like, I don't want to see anybody go to hell. Point blank, period. Whether I care about them or not. I'm not always the best person. Sometimes I can be a nasty little person when I'm mad. But even in that state, I wouldn't want to see anybody go to hell. And so I just couldn't picture myself withholding any sort of the knowledge that I have attained, which isn't much. The people that I'm complaining about, like Josh Peck, knows a lot more than I do, has a lot more biblical knowledge than I do, but it really makes me question which side you're on when you're charging people for it. I mean, Satan and the demons know the Bible too. So, I don't know, I guess that's about it. I guess that's all I have to say. I guess I'm going to wrap it up. And, maybe find some more informational YouTube videos or try to go back to bed. I don't know. As you can see, I have, like, huge bags under my eyes because I'm exhausted. But yeah, that's just it. That's all I have to say.